Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy talking about movies and staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Alright, with that we're going to get into today's review, which is for Decision to Leave. I just got back from seeing it at the theater earlier this evening, so let's dive on in. So in this movie, a detective investigating a man's death in the mountain meets the dead man's mysterious wife in the course of his dogged sleuthing. So I'm just going to talk to 5 points about the film and just kind of different thoughts here and there, and then I'll finish things off with my letter grade and overall recommendation. So first off, I thought that the story structure was kind of interesting. It's divided basically into two halves, and so it's different than kind of your three act story arc that you normally get, and you get that a bit in each half, which made it kind of interesting because I thought the film was actually basically wrapping up by the end of the first act, and then it turned out we were going to get a whole second act. So that was kind of interesting. It did end up making it feel a little long. I think the movie's like about 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it felt even longer than that. I think mainly because I felt like it should have ended like at the end of the first act almost. But it's not that the story feels tacked on for the second one. I was just kind of getting ready for the film to wrap up, and then we're jumping into a second act here. So the second thing that I liked, there were a couple nice locations in the second act in particular that I really liked, and I thought they were shot very beautifully. One is kind of in a snowy environment, and the other is on a beach. And yeah, those just have some really nice shots in them. The third thing I wanted to talk to was for the whole film as a whole. I thought that the characters were kind of interesting and definitely felt like that they had, several dimensions, but the I didn't really connect with any of them. And a lot of times these days that is what I'm looking for in a movie, especially a movie like this. I definitely feel I need a bit of that for, especially if I'm like considering how I'm grading a movie, which we'll get to at the end. But that felt like it was kind of missing, kind of a reason to care about the characters. They just didn't connect with me personally. Maybe other people will connect with them, but I didn't. So the fourth thing was that I thought that the story felt kind of original for me. It's not something that I would say I've seen before, but at the same time, I definitely predicted several of the elements of the plot. It's certainly a mystery, and yeah, the mystery in my opinion was not all that great because I pieced a lot of it together on my own. But and then the last thing that I liked, this is yeah, not I don't know how relevant to the film it is, but it's a small detail. I liked that. So the film is primarily spoken in Korean, I believe, and they've got English subtitles. And I thought it was a nice touch that whenever a character is speaking Chinese, they don't have any sort of subtitles up, and then they wait for like the Korean translation to come through within the context of the movie, and then they pop up the English on the screen. So I like that they did that, that they were intentional about the subtitles. You certainly could have gotten it so that they put subtitles under the Chinese, and you'd kind of get things doubling up. But I liked how they did that. So those are just 5 different things that I thought about during the film. And overall, to give this a letter grade, I'm going to give it a B. And so that means that I think it's a good movie. It's one that I think is worth checking out if you're going to the theater and looking for something to watch, but it's not one that I would out of the blue recommend. And it's, I think, certainly one, it definitely feels like more of a streaming sort of movie. If anything, it maybe, I feel like especially how they structured it into like 2 acts, it almost might have been better as a limited series. But I try to refrain from saying that because like being a limited series or setting it up as a TV show, I think usually implies that it should be kind of a bit longer of a length. Like if you only have a 2 hour story to tell, it should be in a movie format, not necessarily with like credits randomly rolling throughout to divide it up into episodes. So yeah, that's my recommendation though. If you've had a chance to see it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash that like button. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.